Are you having shoulder pain during weightlifting or after? Many people deal with shoulder pain and mid-back stiffness right between the two shoulder blades. This can be a common cause of pain while lifting at the gym or sitting for prolonged periods while you're working. This key shoulder and mid-back stretch is a staple in all my clients' routines who want to become pain-free in their shoulder. But keep in mind, you don't need a barbell to do it. You can simply do it with a broomstick or even a PVC pipe as long as you have access to the corner of a room where two walls kind of intersect. And this stretch is going to keep your shoulders healthy and mobile at the same time. It will also keep your lats and your mid-back mobile. So if you're looking for the biggest bang for your buck, keep an eye on this exercise and let me explain in more detail. But keep in mind that if you're struggling with shoulder pain, you're going to need more than just this one exercise to properly address it and fix it for the long term. So for this exercise, you want to move far away from where that barbell is sitting in the corner of the room, and you want to make sure you have put a nice pad underneath your knees, like a folded exercise mat or a pillow, to help protect the joints, because it's going to hurt from that knee joint compressing on the ground. Now, first thing you need to check is three things need to be in alignment with each other. Number one is the shoulders, number two is the hips, number three are the knees. There should be a straight line drawn from the shoulders and hips all the way down to the knees, and you should be able to maintain that straight line as you go through the exercise. And as you press over your head into the stretch, you let your hips sink forward so they kind of track along with your shoulders and your knees. And it's okay for your lower back to arch slightly. You just don't want it to kind of round excessively. You want it to stay relaxed, and you want to hold that stretch for a good 3 to 5 seconds with your arms over your head. You should feel a big pull in the lat muscles underneath the armpits, as well as the mid-back area between the shoulder blades. If you're really tight in the front of the chest, being the pectoral muscles or the anterior delts, you're going to feel a little bit of a pull there too, which is completely okay, and that's actually a good thing. Many people who struggle with overhead lifting, this will be an awesome exercise for, because it's going to open up those muscles that help you get your arms over your head without kind of causing a lot of shoulder discomfort. And you're not adding load to this. It's just a kind of body weight stretch that you're holding. The biggest thing I want to mention is that you want to make sure that you exhale as you pull your arms up over your head and lean forward into the stretch. Okay, if you have a lower back issue, this might actually feel really good for your lower back. It's going to stretch that back area. It's going to open it up and kind of let that tissue relax a bit too, as a form of kind of mini traction here, so to speak. Now, keep in mind that research actually supports opening up your mid back and doing thoracic spine exercises into extension, which you see with this exercise that we just went through, as a means of getting rid of your shoulder pain. Okay, many studies show that there's a lot of long-term support and evidence to back this up, that if you work on that mid-back area, which is directly kind of between the shoulders, it's going to really help improve your mobility, which helps improve your function, which eventually leads to reduction in pain further and further down the road. Text me the word shoulder to 1-475-241-7993 so I can get you a free shoulder pain fix demo, and you can learn our NTS method to get pain-free. Now, our next and final exercise also addresses that mid-back area. It's very simple, very easy to do. All you need is a foam roller and some empty space on the ground of about maybe 2 to 5 feet. For this exercise, what we're going to do is mobilize that thoracic spine between the shoulder blades, and we're going to trace down from the top of the shoulder blades to the middle, all the way down to the baseline or the bottom border of the shoulder blades. And the way this works is you do not want to let your lower back arch at all during this exercise if you want to get the appropriate and proper stretch. What you're going to do is you'll start with that foam roller at the base of the top of the shoulder blades, okay, at the superior border of the scapula, and you're going to put your hands behind your head, interlock your fingers, drive your elbows in so they're in neutral. Do not let them come out, because we don't want to stretch the chest here. We want to focus more on the mid-back. So it's not wrong to do one over the other, but because our goal is to open up the mid-back, we do not want our arms pulling outwards to the side. So as we go through this stretch, what we're going to do is keep our abs lightly engaged, which is going to avoid our lower back from arching, and we're going to keep our rib cage locked down as we lean back and exhale into a 3 to 5 second hold for about 5 repetitions in total. After we get those 5 repetitions and we feel a good stretch in that mid-back, we're going to slide our body downwards so that foam roller comes right between the shoulder blades in the middle, and we're going to do 5 more reps, and we're going to hold for 2 to 3 seconds on each of those. Okay? After we do that, we're going to go to our very last and third position, where that foam roller is at the kind of right in line with the bottom of the shoulder blades. People don't tend to feel this one as much, but it depends on where you're the tightest. You're going to do the same thing. 5 repetitions here, holding for about 2 to 3 seconds. You can hold a little longer if you want to, and you feel tighter in this area. It's completely okay. And just to recap, you are doing 5 reps at all 3 of those different positions, okay? And you're holding for on average about 2 to 3, maybe even 5 seconds per repetition. Again, the most important cues are keeping your lower back flat, okay? Keeping your elbows in and then that rib cage stays locked down, so you're not overarching that back, so you're purely working on thoracic spine extension. Just keep in mind that if your lower back arches, that means your lumbar spine is going into extension, and you need the lumbar spine in a flexed or neutral position in order for the thoracic spine to be fully stretched. You don't want both the mid back, which is the thoracic spine, and the low back, which is the lumbar spine, going into extension, because then you're going to be stretching both. You want that kind of lumbar spine not moving at all and just that mid back moving. Okay, that's going to give us a pure, nice extension stretch and give us the most benefit out of the exercise. All right, and it's okay to incorporate this exercise along with the other one 2 to 3 times a week. Some people, honestly, we have clients who like to do it 2 times a day. They'll do it once in the morning when they wake up, when they feel really stiff right out of bed, and they'll do it at night before they go to bed. Most clients that we have will love to do it and add it in right before they go into their CrossFit workouts, right? Their weightlifting routines. Some of them are power lifters. It just helps open things up for overhead presses, helps relieve some of that shoulder issue, and they'll do this before some of their strengthening and stability work. So just to recap, these are two amazing exercises you guys can use to open up your mid back and open up also the pecs and the lats at the same time to mobilize the upper back and mid back area to help relieve shoulder pain overall. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them down below in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe before you leave and check out some of our other videos on how to relieve your shoulder pain. Then as always, text us the word shoulder to 1-475-241-7993 if you want to get a free shoulder pain fix demo sent directly to you. Thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.